Jake Kulak The Lowdown.
Yes.
That was such a great set. Thank you so much for performing today.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
First off, how did you guys get started as a group?
So the iterations changed a little bit over time, but we kind of started because like when I was young and I was starting out, I was putting together a band, and at the time I had been basically gigging out and playing with like adult musicians, like my teacher and my teacher's friends and stuff. And I was looking for like younger guys to put a band together with. So I ended up getting introduced to Jeremy through we just had a mutual teacher who got us jamming together. And then Jason's just, he's been in the scene for a while, he's been playing. So we recently hooked up with him, and it's been great. It's been very good.
I understand you've been playing for what, like 6-7 years?
Yeah,
as
6 years, yeah.
You played pretty much across the country, right?
Yeah.
Right?
We've we're kind of based out of New England, and we gig here, but we've made it down to, down south, Memphis, Ohio, pushing into like Pennsylvania and stuff like that. So yeah, we're kind of slowly expanding the range.
So your last song was off your newest record.
Yes.
Could you tell me a little bit about the process of recording that and kind of writing for that record?
Yeah, well, I came out with the album in October, and again, it was time to put together the work of all what I've been working on. So, yeah, recorded the album, put it together, and it's called Get Faded and Go, which is the last track we played, and it's a mix. It's a bunch of our original stuff. And it's kind of blues rock based. That's where a lot of the inspiration came from. And yeah, we got it out, and we've just kind of been touring around in support of that for about the past year almost.
What was that process like recording it? Did you guys track it live or do overdubs?
Actually, really, I was working with a producer. I was working at Dirt Floor in
really?
Hampton. Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, with Eric and Steve Whitus and Eric Lichter, and they're absolutely incredible musicians. But basically what I did was me and Eric pretty much recorded the record, all just us. We recorded all the instruments, we tracked everything. So what we do is we kind of would get like a basis of what we were doing, so we'd record like drums and guitar, drums and bass. And then from there, it was just kind of like we built on every track, and he had a lot of toys in the studio to mess around with, so.
Oh, that sounds like a really kind of rewarding experience.
Oh yeah, it was incredible. Especially being the first album. Like it's nerve-wracking going in because you have a lot of expectations for it, and you want it to be the best it can be. And Dirt Floor helped it make it the best it could be.
And you were all, or most of you were featured on the Valley Music Showcase.
Yes.
Back a little while ago.
Yes.
What was that experience like?
That was awesome. That was absolutely great. We had a great time performing. There was a lot of really great bands that were playing with us that night. And it's nice when you get to do the competitions because you get to see what the other local acts are, and everyone kind of brings out their friends and their supporters. And so that was an awesome show. Packed the house. Great night.
This is kind of the group question. I know you guys, you played Mamas and the Papas song. I heard you jam a little bit to Hendrix before you guys started your set. So what are your influences? Like what do you bring? What influences inspire you within this group?
That's a big question. I mean,
probably a long list.
Yeah, we play a lot of stuff
for hours talking about my influences.
Yeah. What we try to do is, because we started out doing a lot of straight ahead blues stuff, and that was kind of where I got, what I started out doing. And then really, a lot of those inspirations, were like Son House, Robert Johnson, Jack White from the White Stripes was big on us. And then, we kind of started pushing it, getting into some of the more 60s, 70s oriented stuff, like the Mamas and the Papas. But influences?
For a long time, I was a big jazz guy. So drummers like Billy Cobham has always been kind of a big influence. And then huge influences are like a lot of like the rock drummers, like Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters and Chad Smith from Chili Peppers. Those guys are probably my two main influences.
I mean, I was raised on classic rock, but then I kind of delved into more jazz. So I'd say biggest influence, Charlie Parker, all day.
Nice.
And just a last question for you. Do you have any shows you'd like to tell people about in the area?
Yeah, absolutely. So on August 31st, we're going to be at the Westport Blues Festival. We're playing on the main stage around 11 o'clock, so definitely come check out that. And then You can find all of our dates and stuff on my website, which is www.jakekulak.com, and also my Instagram, Jake Kulak Music. We post there, and Facebook, Jake Kulak Music.
Perfect.
So.
Well,
yeah.
thank you again for performing. That was a great set.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We had a blast.